Hello, thank you. There was some come who African professor, one mom spokesperson, Africa professor, and Ekasan, but when subscribe, share songs, one share now subscribe, no baha. It's not enough to come here and then just live just like that. Be part of this, African professor one movement, and let's all move this conversation along. And Americans say a very intellectual, stimulating and edifying. Until we party the day, place. This is not the right place to be. And we talk about deep, profound issues, unfolding issues around the world: economic, socio-economic, cultural, geopolitical. A lot of Sometimes I talk about romantic relationship. When you come here, you won't be disappointed. But so by so part the dear no you are in the wrong place. That is what we do here at African Professor One, intellectual conversation and everything. Life is not all about funny life. It's okay, it's good and everything, but sometimes we got to get serious a little bit about some issues. Come on, person say why Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso left ECOWAS. Why Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso, left ECOWAS. Now, my conversation, I will center it on, international relation factors, and then I will look at personal, psychological, factors too. So the main issues will be the main factors, and I say foundation. My building my points, my conversation will be, from international relation point of view, and then from personal or psychological point of view, and and then economic factors are also come a part of it. About three of them: economic, psychological, personal, and then now international relations. First of all, let me say this. Let me give you a brief history of ECOWAS. Let me say ECOWAS. ECOWAS was formed somewhere around 1975, about 50 years or so ago. And Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, they are all founding members of ECOWAS. They are part of ECOWAS, right? And mostly ECOWAS, stand for economic. It's more about economic trading. How to boost trading. Among this 15 or so countries within West African sub-region. And that was a noble idea, but the point is because of political, mistrust and, mutual mistrust and all kind of the Africans, we don't get along like that. Even though we claim to be united and talk about, what a black emancipation and wherever against, neocolonialism, and it's all just platitudes, talk, but it doesn't have any practical realities, when it comes to most of these African leaders. So the back to the reason, I freestyle, I talk about a range of issues. Back to the reason, say Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger exit, and also free ECOWAS. First of all, I would say the reason Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso left ECOWAS is more personal than anything else. Personal, and personal in the sense that all these three leaders, in their respective countries, they all, topple democratic elected government. They did it. And they're all military. They're all military leaders. That's one thing common about all of them. They dispossess, democratic elected government, and all of them are military leaders. And then, relatively they're young. So somebody like Ibrahim Traore, 34 years, just like Sankara, when Sankara came to power, the same way. And then all of them, they have shown that they are overambitious, and they want to control the people. They realize that power is sweet. Power is good. And when they get the power and they start consolidating that power anything they will do to consolidate that power anything that stand in their way of achieving their overambition or overambitious projects, and I say enterprise, that is what they will do. And they feel say, right now, AU, African Union, and the ECOWAS, they don't agree with that. And they have ECOWAS have put pressure on them to restore their respective governments now overthrown, and they don't want to do that. And the best thing to do is say, in order to cut everything, and I say have any disconnect ourselves and as disassociate ourselves from ECOWAS, we have to leave this organization. And it's a basa ni any member there. I said here, more pressure no ni ade nyina more can go from them. And basically, a your ambition, ideology, personal ideology, the three, because the reason because I say free ECOWAS, Muslim organization, but now you three want to form some kind of security alliances. What for what? And then I'll come to international relation point of view about that alliances. Yeah, it's more free ECOWAS. Now you want to form another bloc. See? And so it's all about them. It's all about how they will protect their power, consolidate their power in their respective countries, in Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso. Because if you look at it from economic point of view, it doesn't really make that much sense. Because think about it, all these three countries, Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, are landlocked countries. In other words, they don't have access to the ocean, to the sea. And most of the things they export, go through either Ghana, Togo, Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, and countries no more access to the ocean. And to say I'm Muslim free ECOWAS, say more import duty. Any friend saying more export, duties near that thing now will go up, because now it will be, ECOWAS, they will also find a way to retaliate. Say, oh, sir, Muslim free, yeah, have 4 more. Yeah, they boy economically near that, trading near that, to ease, goods and services from moving from one country to another within the West African sub-region. More free what they are. And what else? You see, and economically it doesn't make sense, but an American said, when power, they say power corrupt. Once you get an absolute power corrupt, absolutely, they get power, and military, they seize power, and to when we say, power, and wherever means that they want to, embark on to consolidate that power, and that's what they do. Until from free, the major, so mostly the major reason I'm free ECOWAS is more about their selfish interests, because they don't want to pay attention to ECOWAS and African Union. Say, free, free power, no more, enya power, and to farmer government now, people of those respective countries are elected on, and they don't want to do that. So that's the major reason. So 3 countries no more free ECOWAS, nothing more, nothing less. And back to the now let's switch gears to international relation point of view. From as an international relation, student, I would say, from international relation point of view, and yet bonnet, because countries form alliances and leave alliances. It depends on how those alliances, serve their supreme national interests of each of those countries. See, a more intellectual, it's more deep. So, countries, that is the essence of international relations. Because when we talk about international relations, and I say interstate relations, all that means, they say, how countries deal with each other. So Togo, Nigeria, Ghana, Nigeria, they dealing with each other. That's what international relations is about. And countries do that. Trading, negotiating loans, and wherever, having, security, security, block, and all those are part of international relations. And, and young one say, Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso, Musumo free ECOWAS, no more formal security block be just to protect their, and I say, to protect their territorial integrity. That's what countries do. But what makes it so ironic, they say, the time, and the first say, ECOWAS, you are finding members of that organization for 50 years. Then all of a sudden, Mofrim. Why? Because they don't like the messages, the messages that are coming from ECOWAS Secretariat. And wherever means not they want to do to make sure that ECOWAS lift off their back, and that's what they do. But enemy can say, so she said the way especially Musa Ibrahim Traore when power no way baby ordinary here Russia was so a palm French for every home. And I'm for budget, so why are there no near that? But the point is, when you're weak, from frying pan to fire. But end upon they say, so say France in now offer France in Campo. Now call Russia. Russia didn't know Russia doesn't have Russia. If you compare Russia to France, France is far better than Russia. And when you come to, let me say, country be look out for their supreme national interest. Russia will not do anything that will go against their national interest. Now, Russia, if you say they can take advantage of those countries, Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso, because guess what? Putin is a dictator. So if you following all that is happening around Putin and then the country, so since gaining power, Putin almost pretty much will eliminate all his opponent, political opponent. Nancy, the main political opponent, Alexei Navalny. What kuno? Yes, he knows it. Yeah, on it, because Obia opposition, and I say, Upese, who rebel against the government, Bian, Putin, Befa Kwemiso, I just over poison. And I say, on Befa Kwemiso, I'm going to commit suicide. That's what Putin is doing. Every day, that's what it is. If you live in France, with all you can say whatever you want to say about French people and other Western countries, they believe in freedom of expression. They believe in free enterprise, and it's not like that in Russia. It's not like that in China. It is a whole country. Be I say, was it free? Men person in the United States, baby. Yes, in America, so from international point of view, international relation point of view, fine. Every country has that right to do wherever they want to. But the point is, main reason, they free. So many Western countries, and yet be I say somehow, your West, and I say it's. I mean, in America, say United States, and other Western countries, they are not perfect. They are not claiming that they are perfect, but they are fortification. They are war against something worse. Because I don't see myself living in a country where I don't have a right to express myself freely. I don't think I will ever live in a country, or I want to live in a country like that. It doesn't matter. Second, I'm for so many now so government are suppressing all FM station, prima FM station, and any other. Russia, there's no FM station except government, broadcasting and that's media houses. That's about it. The same thing applies to China and Iran. And it's also free our country, France, and I say United States and now Britain, now call Russia, and just already know your intention. And it's just like from frying pan to fire. So I would say, Western countries, neocolonialism, near the idea. Masa, now if you China so call Russia. What is the heck? And that tells a lot about South leaders, Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso, because guess what? They want to model their system of government, and I said their leadership after Putin, after China. No freedom of expression, free press, so many be dissenting views, only independent judiciary. They don't have it. They don't have any opposition government, opposition leader. They don't have it. And that is what these leaders want to do. And it tells you ambition. It tells you what is it that they want to achieve in that part of the world. So it's not anything about the fact say, kiki France for every kiki Western country, no more for Russia. Russia, what do they? Russia is a petrol state. Russia, basically, about 60% of Russia's GDP depend on oil. Almost economy yet all that diversify like Western countries. And yeah, open Kodia, no America, Russia, put it to me the Western country as some for atom, Yampo money that Uber who was a suitor, ne suit, Italian suit, a big cost of 7,000. Now, not say how much is was a suit in term from Airborne, who share label, and from any boy who share label now, suit in the crest, vest, the chest in the beer, and who share label now. Briani, sir, one of them, upscale, a French Italian suit, a cost of 7,000 pay, and a channel. That's so did it a for atom. Now, then, why when you're shooting, that tells you how this hypocrites, these people are. and me Musa Traore, I said Ibrahim Traore nomini ade it has nothing to do with anything. It has a lot to do with how holding on to power, because that's how military leaders, juntas, that's what they do in Africa. When they come out, kasa with all have sounding ideas in the other. By the end of the day, 1, 2, 3 years, Musa power that. Then they become worse. They become dictators. Yeah, who be that? It's all too familiar story. And so that's the reason Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso, the major reason, they say, it's about them. It's about those leaders, Ibrahim Traore and other leaders from Mali, Niger, free ECOWAS, they don't want to hand over power to, government, democratic elected government, and the best thing to do is say, that's all that is. One more time, we Africa Professor One. Subscribe, share with friends and family, and I'll talk to you another time. Have a great day. Bye.